Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of World Conqueror 4. In today's episode we're gonna play Thailand, or we can call it the Siamese Empire. Okay, so a little bit of background. Most Asian country, especially ASEAN country, former before they form as ASEANs, they are Thailand, they are Cambodia, they are Laos, they are Vietnam, they are uh, Indonesia, Malaysia, and most of them including Myanmar. So mostly Asian countries like this were colonized by the European, including the French, the British, the Dutch, and so on. Okay, and also Philippines were colonized by American, and this because of their good diplomacy, Thailand has become one of the greatest empire during the first 20th century, and they were actually safe without colonizing. But there were also problems after during the last 2 or 3 years of World War II, where they got the ultimatum from Japan, so that Japan declared war on them, or else they can join them. So the Siamese Empire had no choice, so they joined Japan as a like a puppet state. Sadly, after that they joined, Japan declared war. Not declare, they already declared war, but they are fighting against the British Raj, including Myanmar. And yeah, so later on, after World War II, Siamese Empire, or we can call it Thailand, they became a monarchy again, and but a constitutional monarchy, which means that the government, there are government, and there are also the kings and the queen, which is the monarchy. Okay, so this is a little bit of the background. If you guys want to read more, maybe you can check Google out. But for me, Thailand and me and us, I mean us. When I say us, I mean Cambodian. We have like a love and hate relationship. In their history books, they write differently. In our history books, we write differently. So there's a bit of a competition. If you guys ask a Thai person about their history, they will tell you this way, and if you ask a Cambodian guy or me, I will say different way. Not because I hate them or something, but it is our textbook, and I don't want to like starting an argument in this video. So it's just my own perspective. Okay, so without further ado, let's just play the game. Okay, there's just a little bit of background. I don't want you guys to like jump on the game and know nothing at all. I mean most of you might have known, but let's just some sort of educational step before we start the game. Okay, so we are in 1909, which is on September. So the British joined the war, France, Germany, Italy, Soviet. Okay, blah blah blah. I'm gonna turn on the sound effect a bit. I'm gonna put the background music in the middle. Okay, so this guy is Pibon, which is the general of the British, no, not the British, sorry, the Thai Empire or Siamese Empire or something, I don't know. Okay, so first I'm not gonna attack. I'm gonna increase my financial center first. So we got a assault infantry and also motorized infantry, and level 2. That's nice. So now I'm not gonna do anything. As you all can see, this is kind of bullshit because Sumatra Island were colonized by the Dutch, and this is by the British, not this, this, and this, and this. And this one is quite accurate. Yes, this is true. This is colonized by the American. Yeah, Taipei is also got by Taiwan. Okay, so there's a bit of mix-up. Actually, they should give Myanmar instead of, or maybe they just take whole India from the British, which is way better. This is not good because they only took Yemen and Oman, and also this part of Iraq, which is also an oil field over there. This is Italy, okay, Ethiopia, but that should be a English state over here, which is colonized by the British too. This is okay, accurate, okay, nice. Should be a Spanish Civil War before that one, but since it's 1909, so Franco got already got what they want. Yeah, okay, 1909, good, everything's okay. Done it. It should be around 20 submarine, not just 4. Okay, so without further ado, let's just play the game. Sorry for being so talkative. Enter. Okay. Okay, London. Okay, so looks like they decided to attack us, so we had no choice. So my first step, I'm gonna put a sorry. I'm gonna put a, so we don't have any infantry general, so that's bad. That's really bad. Not good, not good. Okay, I will try my best to figure it out. Okay, try to decrease the morale first. Okay. This only level 2, so which means that we can only build a level 2 tank. So I'm gonna build a level 2 tank with a, not good general, like a bad general. And I'm gonna only focus in one direction. I'm not gonna split the troops again. Okay. So this time what we were gonna do is, okay, so we can take this guy out, which is nice. Okay, good. Actually, Thailand has been requested many times. I just don't really have time to play. Medium tanks. Okay. Gonna be who? Can you guess? Maybe Govorov? Rogozovsky? Yeah, Rogozovsky. For those who don't know, Rogozovsky used to serve in World War I. He graduated from Moscow military school. No, sorry. He was graduated from St. Petersburg, which was Leningrad, and then he was sent to Moscow and was under Tretyakhovsky. So Tretyakhovsky was a field marshal, and Rogozzovsky was some sort of a general. So Rogozzovsky was the first general that believed the idea of a mass assault. For those who don't know, mass assault is a type of doctrine that the Soviet used during World War II, and it is practiced by many communist states, including China, East Germany, Hungarian Socialist Republic, Polish Socialist Republic also. So mostly they were use this type of doctrine because they have many people and don't really know how to go to war, so that's their only way to do that. Okay, so I'm going to, so yeah, there's less damage. Okay. So we're gonna take Phnom Penh. As y'all know, Phnom Penh, which is my city where I'm living right now, were colonized by the French. So Cambodia was actually they didn't ask to colonize. We asked them to colonize. You know why? Because back in the past, Cambodia was split into two. The west was controlled by Thai, and the east was controlled by Vietnam, which was Annam or Dai Viet. So the king of Cambodia, King Ong Duong, he knew that we are gonna fucked up. So I'm sorry to use that word. His Majesty, the king, knew that the situation was not pretty good. So he decided to send a letter to Singapore, which back then Singapore was called Tumasik. So send the letter to Tumasek into the French embassy, asked for colonization. So when the French saw the letter, they were like, oh my god, free resources. Yeah, so they were like, oh my god, chill, let's just take it, don't care about it, let's just take it. Okay, so after we colonized, actually first of all we just colonized, we got colonized, that's okay, which was I believe in 1863, just colonized, but we got into a puppet state in 1881 because they arrived at the ports which is near the royal palace, and the French, they kicked in the door and they threatened the king that if the king not going to sign the treaty of becoming a puppet state, they will shoot the king. So the king had no choice but to become a puppet state. Yeah, so puppet states, and then later on they got our resources because they were fighting World War I, and there were also many Cambodian troops that fought in World War I too. Was used as I can say it's like some sort of volunteer troops or colonial troops. What time is it? 7. I'm gonna do 20 because I'm really talkative, so I don't want you guys to got in the mention of the match. Okay, so I guess Hanoi, I'm gonna take Hanoi. Okay, gonna take Hanoi. And also the French, they also colonized Vietnam and then colonized Laos. Okay, so in Vietnam, if some of you guys might know, Vietnam right now is using a French alphabet. Back in the day, they were using the Chinese alphabet. So Vietnam, they were like a descendant from Vietnam. Sorry, not Vietnam. From China. Yeah, from China. And they were using the language and also the alphabet of China. But after the French colonization, they got changed. The language was changed into French. Yeah, it doesn't sound like French, but the alphabet looks like French. And there were also a transformation of Cambodian language into the French too. But the people, including the monks, the people of the Khmer Empire, or we can call Khmer puppet or Cambodian puppet, we led a demonstration and a protest that we will not use these languages. We will continue to use our languages. Okay, so luckily we gained our independence in 1953, which is after World War II and during the Cold War. So in this situation, the French they did, because they don't want to, if you are fighting against a some sort of demonstration also for colonial independence. So they were afraid that maybe Cambodia might become communist state, because back then they were fighting against the proxy war in Cold War. So they said, okay, I will give you independence. But in 1949, it's just a fake independence, which means that we have no control on our military, our taxes, our government, and also our police ministry. And 1953, after the king visited Soviet Union, United States, People's Republic of China, North Korea, and also Germany and Czechoslovakia, he gained independence from the French, which is in 1953. So that's the back line of the story. And for the the Khmer Rouge regime, that's another fucked up story. Actually, Khmer Rouge was led by Pol Pot, or we can call his real name was Salot Saw. Yeah, his real name was Salot Saw. So he's a student. He's a scholarship student. He got a scholarship from Phnom Penh to study in the French in Paris. And then one of his professor was a communist. Yeah, a communist sympathizer. And then his professor tried to influence him and made him become a communist leader. And then when he came back, he started his own communist party, which is the people, Cambodian Workers' Party, as I remember. And then it changed all over the time. Yeah, so People Workers' Party. Okay, and then he started to manipulate the poor, those people who are poor, make them believe that, okay, so there's the people who take their money, people who, you guys are working so hard but you're trying to feed the other person, not yourself. Everything should be fair and square and all those stuff. Okay, so the people, they believe, and then the majority of people became part of popularity. The communist is going to rise. It went rise up. And then in during the 1960s, the king believed of the threat of democracy and also the threat of communists. So he decided to run his own party, which is Sangkomuriniyum. Actually, it turned into English. It's we call it like a nationalist socialist. Yeah, nationalist socialist. Sorry, nationalisms. It's like a socialist nationalism. Yeah, I call that one socialist nationalism. Yeah, he gained a lot of popularity. He won the votes. He dethroned many times. He like come up and down from a king to president, all the time. But during his era, everything was great. We have no war. We got peace. We were regarded as one of the greatest nations in Southeast Asia. And then 1970s come up. So in 1970, the king went to visit Soviet Union and People's Republic of China because he wanted to improve the relation with two giants of communists. Sadly, Generalissimo Lon Nol. So Lon Nol back then was a general. So Lon Nol didn't know anything about the coup d'etat. So his uncle, the king's not uncle, a cousin, which is Prince Raymata. So Prince Raymata got an idea because he didn't got the throne. He knew that he's not gonna get a throne. So he knew that he's not gonna get a throne. So he made a plan and a deal with Lon Nol, Generalissimo Lon Nol. Said the deal was that if the king got if we made a coup, I will give you the right to become the leader of Cambodia. So with the help of United States, CIA, the king, yeah, the whole country went into civil war, and the sorry, the Republic of Cambodia, yeah, the Republic of Cambodia came into power, yeah, it came into power, and then the king had no choice but to, ask the communists for help. So the communists, they went into the jungle, they set their own camps, they set their own military, and then 1960, from 1960 and 1975, there is a civil war in Vietnam because Vietnam is split in two, right? The North, which is supported by the Soviet Union and also the Republic of China, and the South Vietnam, which is guaranteed independence by the America. So 1975, after the Vietnam War ended, Cambodia fall into the communist hands. So I remember it's 17 April 1975 is the day when the communists enter the capital of Cambodia, which is Phnom Penh. So the communists, they trick the people that you guys have to leave. Don't worry, we will not do anything. We're gonna go to the rural only for 3 days, and then we're gonna come back. Yeah. So my grandma, my mom, and my grandfather, grandma and my grandpa. So they believe. Actually, my grandpa, he didn't believe that. Only my grandmother and the rest of her child, which is my mom and my uncle and my auntie, they believe that. So because back then they were really young, they didn't know anything about politics. So yeah, so they believed them, and then they left. They left everything. They left a lot of jewelry. They left a lot of money in the house because they believe that, okay, so we're gonna go for about 3 days, and then we're gonna come back. No, it's not 3 days. It's 3 years, bro. It's 3 years. It's 3 year. Well, let's see. 3 year, 8 months, and 8 days. Oh, 3 year, 8 months, and 20 days. Yeah, which is the start of the we call the genocide. I don't know why communists like killing their own people. I don't get that idea at all. I mean, come on. Like seriously. And during the reign of Pol Pot, there's also a proxy war, or we can call it the skirmish along the borders against Vietnam, because Pol Pot, he got an idea that they need to annex back the country of Campuchia Krom, which is the Mekong Delta, back from Vietnam. And also back then Cambodia was communist, which is the Khmer Rouge, and Vietnam was also communist, which is just Vietnam. Yeah, no official name, just Vietnam, which is communist too. But there were an event which is supported by the People's Republic of China and also the Soviet Union. So the Soviet Union, they supported Vietnam, and the People's Republic of China, they supported us, which is Khmer Rouge. But there was a Soviet, they call it Sino-Soviet split, which is the disagreement between the two big communist party state, which is Soviet Union and also People's Republic of China, because it's like they have their own shitty doctrine that, oh, I'm the best communist, and this guy like, oh hell no, I'm the best communist, fuck off, and all those stuff. So that's why. So after Vietnam invaded Cambodia, there were many people use it sometimes as an example of invading Cambodia. Some use it as an example as a liberation of Cambodia from the genocide. Some use it as an intervention. Yeah, so there were many different forms, but from my own perspective, this is more likely a not an intervention, but an invading. I'm not trying to to start an argument again. No, I'm not, because first of all, I know they liberate us, they help us, but we're still communists. That's one. Second, they took our resource, everything. It's like the payment of war. And thirdly, we were under Vietnam state. Yeah, under Vietnam until 1989. So 1989, they go back to their own country. They went back, sorry, not go back. They went back to their own country. 1993, the first election held in Cambodia by King Norodom Sihanouk, which is the king back then, and the first Paris Friendly Accord, which end the civil war and also the war in Southeast Asia. Yeah, and then we start joining the ASEAN in 1998 in 30, I don't know, 30 of May or whatever. So this is like a background of my own country. you know, people here, they are smart, but sometimes they're just stupid. They are really smart. I admire, yeah, the people over here, because my own people. Sometimes they're really smart. I mean, come on. Yeah, they are great. They are smart people. But sometimes they're just too dumb to realize what, you know. And by the way, we are too ancient over here. We are too ancient. We are too, you know, like old people, like damn old. I don't know how to proper that one up. Like damn, so damn old that we even believe that the fortune teller will heal you instead of the medicine from the doctor. So this is kind of bullshit. This is real, yeah, but it's just like we got a bit, you know, like modern until this day. So after the war, we kind of get a bit modern. Yeah, people getting smarter, but sometimes they still do dumb shit. That's what people always does. Okay, so I guess this is enough of the narration. I would like to share from my own perspective on my own country, and also back the days. Yeah, if you guys want to know more, open Google, read it. There's a lot of stuff, and you guys want to know more and more, buy a flying ticket and come to Cambodia. We will discuss this in personal, or you can go to the museum. If you guys came to Asia, yeah, you can go to the museum. You can check it out by yourself. Okay, let's see, Calcutta. So maybe I'm just talking too much that I've got to commentary on the game. Hopefully you guys won't be mad. Okay, so this is gonna be the end of the first episode of Siamese Empire, which is in 1939 September, World Conqueror 4. So I hope you guys enjoy this first video, and I will be on a trip. I posted on the discussion already. I will be on a trip for 4 days, and I will be back on Sunday, but don't worry, I will upload regularly for all of you. So I hope you guys have a nice day, and we'll see you guys in the next episode.